Hi, welcome to this month's Brainfuel box opening. Let's check out this month's box for 4 and up. This month's theme is Alien in Space. We chose this theme because it's it gives children a lot of room for creativity and thinking about things that they don't know in a more fun way. So we have an overview here where it just lists out all the activities that are included in the box. Give daddy mommy a chance to figure out which activity that your little one may be able to participate by themselves, like the toy or the book, or some other things where it requires more than one person to do, or it requires your assistance. Some of the stuff may require cutting. Some games may require two, like the bingo, you need two people to play that game. So it just gives you an idea how to allot your time better. So first off, because it's alien in space, and space is a really wide topic, and part of space is the moon, and our first craft here is about the phases of the moon, which is really interesting and a fun way to learn about the different phases. Basically, you just cut it out, stick this pin that we've included into the wheel, and you can spin around and check out what each phase is. Because Mid-Autumn Festival is coming up, a Chinese festival, but one of the staple of the festival is mooncake. So our recipe is based on a healthy version of the mooncake, which includes konnyaku powder, konnyaku jelly, but with fruits in it. So it's a really healthy version. We've provided the konnyaku powder for you to. It's not something that you can buy off the shelf at the supermarket, but and we've also included a tray. It's a really simple recipe where you don't need any, there's no baking, and all you have to do is basically just make it, mix it, and then freeze it. So this month's craft, the more involved craft, is a intergalactic magnet maze. Going with a little bit more scientific theme, we have magnets here, and we've included the plate for you, as well as the template and the magnets, so everything's right off, ready to go out of the box. Not only is it easy to make, but it's also fun because maybe some kids are not really familiar of how magnet works, but this is a good way to introduce them to it. Bingo. Most people are familiar with this game, but it's a game that lets the whole family to play together. We have a family of 4, and when my youngest child, when she's basically hit 3, and then we can play this game together, where her older brother will be able to call the words out, but she'll be able to participate along also while learning some of the words. Relate the picture with the word. So it's good times with the whole family. Next up, we have the patterning activity. This is a good introduction to patterns if you're not familiar with it. You have your pattern cards here, and you have your game pieces here. Basically, you just cut out the pattern cards, pattern types, and then stack them, and have your child put the pattern type here. If it's an AB pattern, then they use these pieces to create an AB pattern. There's some of the ones are more complicated, like ABC or ABAC, things like that, but it's a good foundation where they are able to start building skills that they may need for, let's say, coding in the future, because it involves a lot around building patterns into the codes. So next up, we have a game. This one is really fun, and really get the creative juices going here. It's Guess My Alien game. So each person, there's 2 sets of these alien cards here, so just to be aware, you cut them out, and also cut them into 3 pieces with the lines here, because each alien is made up of a head, a body, and a leg. And basically each person have their own mat here, so they make their own aliens. They can follow along and just use the originally created alien here, or they could, you know, swap the different eyes and the bodies and the legs to create their own alien. And once each player create their own aliens, you ask each other questions to try to figure out what the other person's alien is. So you might, you know, start off asking more like questions that are more specific. So like you ask them, oh, is your alien pink? Or is your alien, you know, does your alien have 3 eyes? You know, you back and forth and see who asks better questions. We'll be able to figure out sooner. But also, like, further, you know, taking a step further is like, if you restrict the question types, you know, like you can have them only ask yes or no questions, then it makes the game a little bit more interesting and a little bit more difficult. But you know, the skills of asking the right questions and you know, using the answers to figure out, it's an important one that we can use later on in school and life. This month's game is a puzzle, you know, and with a space theme. But not only is it a puzzle, but it also gives you like a little magnifying glass where they ask you to find little things within the puzzle. So after they're done with the puzzle, they can, you know, there's another layer of fun that they can do. And this month's storybook is Aliens Love Underpants, and it's a funny story, you know, harmless fun. Basically, somehow they just joined the two, you know, funny things that kids like love to talk about anyway, you know, together, aliens and underpants, and see what, you know, where the stories takes us. Okay, hope you guys enjoy it.